Welcome to selfdiscoverywisdom.com, formerly known as Self-Discovery Media. On these podcasts, you're going to hear people who speak from the heart. They've taken the journey in life. Many things have happened to them, but they've changed it to happening for them. And in their strength, their courage, they've discovered their abilities and their wisdom, and they are now sharing it here with you. Do enjoy each show. We bring it to you with love and knowing that it's going to help you on your journey of life. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Sarah's View of Life, right here on selfdiscoverywisdom.com. I have talked in many shows the fact that I do two colors, the 4 key personality traits. In my counseling platform, I have a platform where I take your true colors, I take your astrology, your Chineseology, and your numerology, and also your view of life. And I find the correlation between them. What are the major strengths that come out? What are the major weaknesses? So I decided for fun, just to give you a little taste on who Sarah is, on just doing my own right now. Obviously, I can't do the view of life because I know what the outcome is, but I can address that anyway. So I am the year of the horse, and the year of the horse represents freedom, energy, and passionate movement. People born in the year of the horse are spirited, independent, and full of life force energy. They are action takers, curious explorers, and often seek meaning through movement and experience. Horses don't like to be fenced in. They thrive when they feel free to roam, grow, evolve in their own terms. Core traits: energetic, contagious, social, and restless. Gifts: motivation, charisma, zest for life. Challenges: impulsivity, fear of stagnation, and aversion to control. I would say that is probably extremely accurate. I'm one of these wild horses. I do not want to be. I don't mind going to the stable and relaxing and, after a hard day of running around. I probably used to be a racehorse, and then I became a breeding horse. And now I'm just, the wise horse in the stable. I like to get out there and feel free, feel the wind in my mane, and to be able to run around. But I like to go back to the stable where I can rest, relax, talk to the other horses, so to speak. But when I was younger, I was that very spirited horse, constantly on the go, chasing what was over the next hill, and always inquisitive and in wonderment. So I'm also a Libra, 6th of October. Libras are balance, beauty, harmony in all things. Libra is ruled by Venus, a planet of love, art, and relationships. Libras seek balance, not only in the external world, but also in their inner, emotional, and spiritual lives. They are peacekeepers and bridge builders, always sensing the subtle energies in relationships and striving to bring fairness and understanding. Core traits: diplomatic, idealistic, graceful, and indecisive. Gifts: social intelligence, aesthetic sense, emotional diplomacy. Challenges: over accommodating, oh boy, difficulty making firm choices. This is very, very true. As a Libran, it's always trying to find that balance, that seesaw. Is it fair? Is it right? I'm very much an advocate. I'm very much speaking out against things that are wrong. And I'm very much about a motivator and of helping people find their own way of life. That's the whole reason that self-discovery wisdom is around, is to bring you those people with the skills and the tools and the knowledge to help you apply them to yourself in your own life so that you may grow and ascend to a higher vibration. And I'm very passionate about it, and that's where my energy shows. Certainly not physically, but most certainly spiritually and emotionally. So I would say that's very accurate as well. Now, in the true colors, and true colors are the Myers and Briggs true colors, been around since the 30s, 1930s. And it's the 4 key personality traits. Just to give you a little synopsis of what those traits are: it's blue, the nurturer; green, the visionary; orange, the adventurer; gold, the anchor. I'll give you a little personality trait of each one. Blue, you lead with your heart, empathic, soulful, sincere, and you care deeply about others and crave connection rooted in truth and authenticity. I am the screaming blue. Green, that is my next color. The visionary. Your mind seeks understanding. You are logical, curious, and wise beyond words, always exploring and deeper meanings and patterns that behind life. Very much me. Orange, the next one. Energy and excitement light your path. You love variety, hands-on experience, and the freedom to express yourself in boldness and creativity. Gold, the anchor. Loyalty, tradition, and services ground you. You find fulfillment in commitment, organization, and being someone others can rely on. Yes, to a point, but golds are also the actual builders. They're not the blueprinters, they're not the innovators, they're the builders. They like structure, they like formality, they like steadfastness, and that's something I battle with. So, air, when we're looking at the elements, which I also am, air lifts your voice, and imagination and communication is your gift. Water, which is essential to our lives, flows through your soul. Emotions are your strength, not your weakness. Fire fuels your passion. You move with purpose and light others along the way. Earth gives you the roots. You build, preserve, and nurture all about. So the air would be the blue to sign. The water would be the green. The fire would be the orange, and the earth would be the gold. So this is what the correlation or the color traits are, and this is my correlation. Excuse me. The horse moves, Libra balances, and blue feels. Together, they create a personality type that is soulful yet spirited. You need movement, but you must have meaning. Compassionate but free. You love deeply, but never feel emotionally caged. Driven by ideals, your actions come from a place of deep personal truth, whether through justice, connections, or creativity. Naturally magnetic, people are drawn to your energy, your empathy, and your integrity. And in harmony, this trio can be incredibly powerful when aligned. The horse gives you the courage to move. Libra helps you move gracefully. Blue ensures you move with your heart. You have the capacity to inspire, to heal, and to lead by example. The challenges, you may feel torn between needing freedom as the horse, wanting harmony, the Libra, and feeling deeply responsible for others, the blue. You can overgive, overthink, or overextend, especially when you try to please others while staying true to yourself. So the soul strategy is to lead with your heart, but let your mind or spirit guide the pace. Honor your need for emotional expression, even when you're on the move. Seek balance, not perfection. Let your peace come from in, your flow, not control. Nurture yourself as much as you nurture others. And this is so very, very true. The thing about this, when I did the true colors way back in 2001, so 24 years ago, it became a liberator for me. I was always wondering why I was different from the rest of my family, why my personality was different. I was all about the flow and the air and the rhythm of life. And when I did my colors, it became a beautiful ding dong bell of clarity. And I did my families. And in my family, brother and sister, mother, they were all gold green and then blue orange. So orange was last. And so I was completely different being blue, orange, blue, green, orange, gold. So my gold was way at the bottom, where they seek tradition and security and stability. Don't rock the boat, keep things the same. I'm always in the inquisitive and the wonderment and what's behind this door. And so completely opposite. And in a way, it helped them understand who they were. And the beautiful thing about the true colors and the personality traits, it helps you understand yourself and how you may come across to other people. If I'm a blue talking to a green, I must go more analytical and detailed and fact-based. If I'm talking to an orange, I can talk the dream, the wonderment, the vision, because they get the vision, but also what's in it for them. If I'm talking to the gold, I need to be talking of something that, yes, they can take that step forward, but it's got to be done with security, stability, because they don't like to take chances. So it means I have to adjust my dialogue. And when you understand the true colors, you understand whom it is you're talking to. And it helps you adjust your language so they can actually hear in their language. You can't always come at it from your particular personality trait and expect them to comprehend, because they're comprehending from a different personality trait. So it is important that we understand who we are as human beings, as humans, our human nature. Our soul and spirit nature is very different, very much in the elements, very much in the true colors, in the sense of, where is our cosmic self? As you see the correlation between my astrology, the horse, which is all about the freedom, running. I love the wind. I love the wind. I love the water. I love things being in flow. I love things being in rhythm. So everything correlated beautifully with me. But I can be sometimes a little too windy in the sense of my passion and my energy and my conviction. And I have to be careful who I am being that with. Again, if I'm talking to a gold, it's how they can apply this safely, tried and true, with a green. What are the building blocks around it? What's the formula? How is it done? And, with the orange, again, what do they gain by it? It's something that they want to see. There is a gain in. And of course, with another blue, it's just pure spirit talk. And we could take flight and just go into some beautiful dimensions. So I've always believed in this. I think there's a lot to be said for it. And it helps us actually understand who we are. I know that I'm not everybody else, everybody's cup of tea. I'm somebody's strong cup of coffee, as I put. And in doing all of this through the years, and when I've correlated people's journey, who they are, what they are, and I've taken their true colors, their astrology, Chineseology, but also their view of life. And the view of life is something I've been doing since 1975. It was given to me by a wonderful psychiatrist in Italy. And since then, I've incorporated more spirit into it. And the view of life is a metaphorical journey that you're going to take. And each one of those things that you come across and your reaction to it tells me something about you, of where you're at right now. In the years that I have done the view of life and these true colors correlation, etc., it's really blown people away as to, gosh, I was unaware I was doing that, or avoiding this, or avoiding that, or reactionary to this, or that this, my personality trait. And I understand why it's going to be clashing with somebody I'm trying to work with, or my wife or my kids, because they're a different personality trait. And it just gives you the empowerment to understand who you are, why you are, and how you come across, how you perceive, and how you interact, which is very, very important. That interaction is extremely important. So I have, as I said, doing the true colors since 2001, so 24 years now. Astrology and Chineseology for a very long time. Used to do the I Ching. Don't do that so much anymore. I need to do it more. But it's trusting that inner voice, trusting that core voice, the knowingness. Your soul wisdom is downloaded to you. It's given to your heart in truth. It's given to your spirit in action. It's given to your mind in clarity for you to know what you need to know when you need to know it. And then how to apply that knowledge to whatever it is you're facing. The soul spirit knowledge, wisdom going to the mind, that is where whatever color you are, whatever personality trait you are, is and how you will use it. If you're green, you will analyze it into its use. If you're gold, this becomes the hammer for your nail. If you're an orange, it's how to apply that in order to maximize it. And if it's a blue, it becomes that clarity, that clearness of understanding of what you need to do. So all of these things are very, very important. There is no one size that fits all. We are a combo of many things. There are a lot of different platforms out there. I had Jerry on recently talking about the 7-word philosophy, very good show. I really do recommend it. And the 7 words that are devised or around between 3 and 6 in your vocabulary, according to the way you've been brought up, and the words that dictate you through your life. And believe me, my 7 words, I had to own them, and they're very, very true. But now I know what they are. I can take them out of the driver's seat and have them in the back seat. And actually, some of those words are already in the back seat because I've been doing the work through the years. And some of the others, I need to kind of make sure I take the reins, so to speak, and conduct. So very, very good to know. And there are so many platforms out there that help you actually understand why you are the way you are. Very often, our personality is also defined by our traumas in life, things that we have come across. They have changed the way who we are. But fundamentally, when you're born, the year sign, the Chinese sign, your color of your personality. Now, your color of your personality can fluctuate, but there's generally one that is very key. It is your governing color, your governing personality trait. The others maybe can fluctuate. Like I have bought my gold up. My gold used to be in the next building, nowhere to be found. But I bought my gold up during raising my children because I needed structure. And then I bought that gold up into my business. There's a lot of structure around doing a podcast and producing books, and even in teaching this program. So it's a 49 years of accumulation. I would say actually more. And of putting this all into place and practice of helping us understand who we are. Because that's where the power is. When we know who we are, when we know how we're going to react or receive information, when we know how we're going to interact, we know our strengths, we know our weaknesses, we know our triggers, and we know our challenges. And in that way, we are more empowered to face them, do something about them, or acknowledge that that is not a good arena for me, for my personality trait. But when we correlate it all together and understand the strengths, I couldn't be any more me if I tried. Everything that they have pointed out, the freedom, needing that freedom, leading with my heart, not my mind, but letting my spirit guide me, honoring that need for emotional expression, seeking balance, not perfection, nurturing myself as I nurture others. That is me. I can't fight that. I am what it is. So looking at the horse, looking at the Libra, and looking at the blue, there's so many similarities there. And that is what makes my personality strong in those areas. Obviously the weakness, over accommodating, difficult to make firm choices, yes. And, being the people pleaser, been there, done that, and hoping not to be it anymore. So, in fact, actually, this week, there is a book, last week, last week, there is a book coming out called I'm Not Selfish, I'm Just Not Easily Manipulated. And there are 27 authors, of which I am one of them. And I contributed a chapter around that. And it's what is selfish? How easily are we manipulated? Mine was about turning from selfish to self-love, and that it's okay to place love, time, and caring on yourself. In fact, it's imperative. And that book is out now. And you will see if you go to selfdiscoverywisdom.com and you put in Sarah Jane, she is the person that's conducted the book, and you will see how to get the book. And in there is also an audio from our particular chapter page if you wish to listen to the audio of the chapter, not read it, but it's not that long. So that's my 4th anthology, and very proud to be in it. It's also my 13th year in podcasting. And I realized that everything I've ever done in life led me up to this. This has become the platform of which I was meant to do. Could not have done it 20 years ago. I was in discovery, in my growth, stepping away from permanent parenthood into exploration and discovery, went down many lanes, deep lanes, bankruptcy lanes, and because I backed to technology that was stolen from us. I still believe in the technology, although it's shelved now, which is so sad to see. But had we put it in place, it would have been quite powerful. And maybe it will be revisited one day, but not by the inventor. He's moved on to working with Microsoft now in something else. So everything we do leads us to where we're meant to be. And although it was a hard and bumpy journey, it led me to this. And now 13 years of podcasting, and in June, 12 years of my own network. Unfortunately, all of the shows I did with the previous network, she has taken down, which really upsets me because we paid her to have those shows up. And I'm sad to see they've gone. But on Self-Discovery Wisdom, for as long as I'm alive, and hopefully afterwards, it will carry on, because there's 3,700 plus shows here of wisdom of people who've made their own self-discovery, their own enlightenment, and are here to illuminate your path before you. I'm here to bring you those people, with the skills and the tools and the wisdom and the awesomeness of who they are, that inspires you to walk your own journey of life. So this is a little about me, but I am still teaching this course. I'm still doing this. If you go to saratroy.com, SARATROY.com, or choosepositiveliving.com, you will see the whole path there that you can sign up for, because I am still teaching it. I'm not teaching it full time. But and also if you go to a show called True Colors and Elements with Sarah Troy, it gives you, some information on the colors and on the earth signs, and it shows you what it's all about. So, and as I said, if you're interested in taking and finding out what your correlation is, what your signs all mean, your personality trait, what your view of life is, I have a special on right now for $188 US, and it's all done online. You fill out these forms, I do the correlation for you, and then we set up a Zoom chat to discuss it. And it always is very, very interesting, the reveal. We think we know ourselves very well until something reveals something else about us, and then it makes sense. Now I know why I do that, or why I feel that, or why I interact in this way, because that knowledge is power. It's self-power, and it helps us navigate our own path, and on a clear path that is going to be one that supports us, and also on a path that helps us support others. So I hope that you enjoyed the show and the illumination. Last week, I did my 500th show on Sarah's view of life. And of course, I've done many other shows on all of the other genres here on selfdiscoverywisdom.com. And each week I bring you a different topic, and I don't know what I'm going to bring you next week. I'll know next week which one it's going to be. But just as I was doing this for a client, I just decided to kind of redo it again for myself. And it's always intriguing. It really is. And it just helps you embrace who you are, because you're enough. You're awesome. You're beautifully flawsome. And just embrace your own characteristics. The flaws, yeah, okay. We need to address those where we can. Things we can't change, we don't change, but we feed the things that we can do, and the strong personality that we are. And we make sure that we bring our light to the darkness in life so that we can be the illuminators. So have a great week, folks. And don't forget saratroy.com or selfdiscoverywisdom.com, True Colors and Elements. And if you want to book a session with me, as I said, I do have that deal on at the present moment. You can reach out to me at selfdiscoverywisdom@gmail.com. Have a great week, folks. Bye for now. We hope that you enjoyed the show. There are so many more for you here on selfdiscoverywisdom.com. Just go to the podcast tab at the top there, and you will see all the many genres and all 3,000 shows ready for your listening. We are here to serve you, to help you on your journey of life, and we know that through inspiration, it begets invitation. We are supported by you, the listeners, and those that we interview. Anything that you can spare us in donation would be greatly accepted, and we do hope that you enjoy the next show.